Okay. So anyway, tomorrow morning you have a mains exam. Afternoon I'll send you some details about it, but single answer 30 questions. Next Sunday, that is June 6th, you have a mains exam, 3 hours, including all the subjects. In that maths portion will be circles. Okay. I may start the parabola. Most probably I will not give. I think partial fractions also generated there will give because it will be completed. Indefinite integration you may start and you may not give for June 6th exam. So mostly circles and system of circles and partial fractions for June 6th. Tomorrow's exam, both circles and system of circles. Okay, on the screen up to 102. Anybody any doubt? No doubt. One not 3 to 106. I want to discuss 103 anyway, then we'll say about other things. Okay. If somebody asks you, find a condition for two circles to touch each other, you can do in different ways. C1, C2 equal to R1 plus R2 or R1 minus R2 with a mod. That is one way to do it. Another way is subtract these two circles, you will get a line. If that line is tangent to one of the circle, it will be tangent to other circle also. So subtract these two circles, you will get a line. From the center, you apply perpendicular distance equal to radius for that line. Then also you are finding the condition that they are touching. And internal touching and external touching both are taken care in that. You don't have to take R1 plus R2 separately, R1 minus R2 separately. But I will do something else. These two circles, they cannot be like this. It is not possible. That means they cannot be completely separate. They can be intersecting, or they can be touching externally, or they can touch internally. They may be like this, like this, like this, but they will not be like this, and they will not be like this also. One is inside the other. Anybody want to tell me why I'm saying that they cannot be like this or like this?
Sir, both passes through origin.
Yes, both circles doesn't have any constant. If a circle doesn't have constant, it is passing the origin because up to the origin is satisfying. If they're intersecting, they may be intersecting at origin, and there may be one more point. But if they're touching, they have to touch at origin only, nothing else, right? Okay. They can't be like this because they should have a common point origin. They cannot be like this because they should have a common point. So it must be this. If it is this center, this origin are not on one line. But if they're touching, this point, and this point, are they collinear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's it. Minus z comma minus f, 0 comma 0 minus z dash comma minus f dash are collinear. If they're collinear, slope from here to here, slope from here to here should be same. Slope from here to here is f by g. Slope from here to here is f dash by g dash. So that's how we'll get fg dash equal to gf dash. We'll get very easily, right?
Yes.
Okay. People can take C1, C2 equal to R1 plus R2 or R1 minus R2, substitute C1, C2, substitute R1, substitute R2, square it, bring one side and square it. Even then you don't get this. You will get f square g dash square plus g square f dash square minus 2g g dash f dash equal to 0 will come if you do all that. And that you have to show it is fg dash minus gf dash whole square equal to 0. Something whole square is 0 means you'll get that equal to 0. I think even in IP you have a question like this. Am I right? If somebody tried system of circles, this question is there in IP exercise. Okay. So even though we discussed theory about how two circles to touch each other, this is a specific question. You cannot use every question to like this. Here we are, because constants are missing, we are able to notice that the origin has to be the point of contact. It should be collinear with the line joining centers. That's why we could do in an easy method. So this is what is the difference between the knowing the theory and practicing a lot of questions. Even though theory is same, when you practice the questions, some questions may give you a graphical idea or a better approach for that particular question. Okay, up to 106. Anybody any doubt? No doubt. 107. Anybody any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nothing much to write. I explained because earlier somebody asked this question, but I'll explain once again. Basically, there is a circle of radius 5 and a circle with radius 2 rolls on. Just for the recording purpose of the previous one, the two circles should be touching like this, where this is 0, 0, this is minus g, minus f, and this is minus g dash, minus f dash. If these three are collinear, then this slope between these two are equal. That's how we'll get f d equal to f dash by g dash. So f g dash equal to g f dash. Okay, coming to present question. You have a circle of radius 5. Another circle of radius 2 is rolling on that. Sometime like this, sometime like this. What are the locus of centers of all these circles? You can easily see it will be a concentric circle with radius how much?
7 units.
7 units. That's it. Same center, but radius 7. That is the circle. That's the answer. The only reason here question was given is for them to touch like this, C1, C2 equal to R1 plus R2, you can use it. From that, you'll get C2 locus is a circle with C1 as a center and R1 plus R2 as a radius. One not 8 or 109. Anybody any doubt? No doubt. Okay. Up to 112. Anybody any doubt? Okay, no doubt. 113 or 114. Any doubt, anybody? Okay, 118.
116, sir.
116. The equation tangent circle at the point nearest to the origin. Okay, this is origin and the 40, 30 is the center. This total distance is 50. The radius is 2500 minus 20 units. This is 20, this is 20, this is 30. Okay. So there is a circle, origin is outside. There is a nearest point, there is a farthest point. They want equation of tangent at the nearest point. You know the center is 40, 30. This is 0, 0. The distance 50, radius is 20, so this is 30. How will you find the nearest point? Section formula 3 into this plus 2 into this by 3 plus 2. So when you apply that 3:2 ratio section formula, you will get 120 by 5, 24, 90 by 5, 18. This point is 24, 18. Once you know this point, at that point you can do S1 equal to 0, or you know this slope of the line 3 by 4. So this line slope is 3 by 4. So this line slope will be minus 4 by 3. It will be 4x plus 3y. Substitute this point 96 plus 54 and 150. That's it. 4x plus 3y equal to 1. Or you do S1 equal to 0 at that point also you get. If you say I don't want to find the point, can I do it? You can do it. Having once you know slope, there is a formula for tangent. Y minus k equal to m into x minus h plus r minus r root 1 plus m square. Find, you'll get two answers. From the origin, you find distance to both of them, whichever gives the less number, that is the nearest. Up to 117. Any other doubt, anybody? Up to 120, anybody doubts?
Sir, 118.
Sir, 119.
Okay. The point on the line from which length of tangent circular of length 2. You take a general point, find the length of tangent and in 118, the line given is x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. You can take any point on this. Take x is k, y will be k plus 1. And circle is x square plus y square minus 3x equal to 0. Okay. So on this line, there are particular 2 points from which length of tangent to this one. Why actually it is this circle is there like this? From a point, if you want length of tangent, if this should be 2 and 2, the locus of that point is actually a circle. That circle and this line will intersect at 2 points. Actually, they're asking those two. Instead of that taking the circle, we took the general point, apply length of tangent formula, k square plus k plus 1 whole square minus 3 into k is equal to 2. K square plus 2k plus 1 minus 3k equal to 4. 2k square minus k minus 3 equal to 0. Minus 3k plus 2k. 2k minus 3 into k plus 1 equal to 0. K equal to 3 by 2 and minus 2. If you put 3 by 2, it will be 3 by 2 comma 5 by 2. If you put minus 1 comma minus 1. Is it okay? 118?
Yes, sir. And k is minus 1, it is 0. Minus 1 comma 0. Okay, what is this 119? The tangent is drawn and it touches the circular teeth. So the tangent, oh, that is, it is just a silly question asked in a different way. I'll tell you what. Okay, 119 is very simple question. They gave a circle equation is given to you. Point A is not given to you, but if you draw tangent there, it is passing through some 2 comma 1 or something like that. They want this length. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. Just figure itself sufficient. You don't have to find A. Directly root S11 for the given point, right?
Got it.
Yeah. Now, of course, we have to divide with 2 before applying root S11 formula.
Sir, 120 also.
Okay. Locus of poles of the line with respect to this. Oh, circle is not fixed because within the circle there is one lambda. As lambda changes, the circle changes because of the circle. Even the line is fixed, circle is changing, the pole is changing. What is the locus of that point? We'll take the pole as x1, y1, find polar and compare with the given one. We'll get some relation between x1, y1, lambda. We'll eliminate lambda and find relation between x and y. Okay, 120. Let the pole be x1 comma y1. Then polar is x1 plus y by 1 plus lambda x plus lambda x1 minus 16 equal to 0. This I have to compare with 2x plus 3y minus 4. Okay, I took the pole x1, y1 with respect to line circle polar is x1 equal to 0. When I combine property, it is x into x1 plus lambda
plus y into y1 plus lambda x1 minus 16 equal to 0. But to compare that with 2x plus 3y minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, when you compare, you'll get x1 plus lambda by 2, y1 by 3, and lambda x1 minus 16 by minus 4. So to eliminate lambda, so let us equate these to find lambda, equate these to find lambda, equate both lambdas. So when I equate these two, I'll get x1 plus lambda is equal to 2y1 by 3, and lambda is 2y1 minus 3x1 by 3. If I equate these two, minus 4y1 equal to 3 lambda x1 minus 48. So lambda is equal to 48 minus 4y1 by 3x. Equate these two lambdas now, this and this. I think 3 will get cancelled. Then we'll get 2x1 y1 minus 3x1 square equal to 48 minus 4y1. That's it. This will be the locus. So 3x square minus 2xy minus 4y plus 48 equal to 0. I hope some answer is there like that. Three x square minus 2xy minus 4y plus as option C.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. 121 or 122? Anybody has doubt? One 123 or 124? Anybody any doubt? Up to 127?
Sir, 126.
126?
6.
Okay. Anyway, let me discuss 125 also. 125 mod x minus 2 plus mod y minus 3 equal to 4. You want a circle touching all the 4 line segments in this. First of all, what is the figure of this? In first year, you might have studied this. If you call this a capital X and capital Y, mod x plus mod y equal to 4 is actually like a diamond, but actually a square like this. This is 4 comma 0, 0 comma 4, minus 4 comma 0, 0 comma minus 4. All of you know this graph, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you want a circle touching all the 4, this perpendicular distance will be the radius, which is 2 root 2. So answer will be x square plus y square equal to 8. So for this one, touching all the 4 line segments, the circle is this. For this one, it's just translation of axis. This origin is went to 2 comma 3. So this also will go to 2 comma 3. So this figure is actually somewhat like this, where this point is 2 comma 3, and this is actually this. Same radius 2 root 2. It will be x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square equal to 2 root 2 whole square. Okay, that is fairly simple. Okay, 126. I have not read the question. If tangent, steep and TQ are drawn from a point T on this, if the point T lies on the line, then the locus of center of circumcircle of TPQ. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'll explain the question to you. Very easy one. There is a line and there is a circle. X square plus y square equal to a square. Fixed circle. Px plus qy plus r equal to 0 is fixed line. You take any point P on this, draw two tangents. They will touch at P and Q. And draw a circumcircle of TPQ. It will have one center. Take another T on this. Again, draw two tangents. They will touch at some other P and Q. Again, this circle will have circumcircle for this triangle. There will be one circumcenter. They are asking what is the locus of all these centers. Okay. But you know very well that the circle passing through these three is nothing but having center and this point as ends of diameter. The circle is there, from an external point you draw two tangents like this. If I take these two as ends of diameter, it will pass through them. So the midpoint of these two. Here also it is midpoint of these two. That means you can change the whole question like this. Line is there, circle is there, center is there. One time T is here, one time here, one time here. Join to origin, find the midpoint. 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 What are the locus they are asked? So obviously another line parallel to it. In fact, it will be a mid-parallel line of this and this. If I give you a line and point, take the midpoint, it is that line. If you don't want to do that, don't worry. This is 0, 0. Take that midpoint as x1, y1. This is double of that because midpoint, so it will be 2x1, 2y. 2x1, 2y1 should satisfy this equation. Substitute it. You get p into 2x1 plus q into 2y1 plus r equal to 0. Now locus means remove x1, write x, remove y1, write y. You will get 2px plus 2qy plus r equal to 0. I can even write it as px plus qy plus r by 2 equal to 0. Why? This is px plus qy plus r equal to 0. This is px plus qy plus 0 equal to 0. The mid parallel line, the number should be average of these two. Here r, here 0, it should be r by 2. Like that also you can tell just like that.
Yes.
Main point is circumcenter is that is the circumcircle of triangle TPQ is a circle with T and center as ends of diameter, which is midpoint of T and. That's the main point. See, even though we discussed this point, when you try this question, you know it is revised once again, and you know how to apply in a particular question. Okay, so that is the thing. Otherwise, one may say I did not get idea for this question in the exam. What if you already tried a similar question? Okay, then if something similar comes, it will be easy. It is very, very important that people should try these questions. I'm sure some of you in your class or other classes at the end of the year they'll ask, "Sir, I'm getting less marks. What to do? I'm not able to do the question." What is the solution? You have to teach the theory once again, tell some questions, and you have to practice some more questions. That's the only solution. You have to practice lots of questions so that same formulas are used so many times that we will know how to apply. 127 also I want to discuss. This is a past year advanced question and mains question both. And is a question where I said many questions will come without using intermediate knowledge, just by simple 9th class, 10th class properties also. This is one such case. Okay, 127. Okay, you can read the question if you want on the screen. After drawing the figure, I'll explain. This is PR. Okay, 127. This is a circle. PR is a diameter. PQ is tangent at P and RS is tangent at R. Obviously, they're parallel tangents. If you take one point Q on this, one point S on this, and join to this to here, they're intersecting on the same circle. If I take Q little up, this point will not be here, it will be somewhere here. If I take S little down, this point can be somewhere here. So a particular point Q and a particular point S are chosen. Sai Reshmita, I hope nobody is distracting you from the class, right? I see in Chennareddy's class also sometimes you're distracted. Maybe your elder sister is sitting next to you and disturbing you. You're able to hear me, Sai Reshmita?
Yes, sir.
Your elder sister is disturbing you, or you wanted her to disturb you?
No, sir. She is like sitting beside me and listening to the class, so it is loud. That's why I did not unmute before.
Okay, fine. Yeah, she can observe you whether you're listening carefully or not, but you should not get distracted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, if I take this angle as theta, because this angle in a semicircle 90 degrees, this will be 90 minus theta and this will be theta. And this whole thing is 2r. In this triangle, if I take tan theta, opposite side is PQ and this is 2r. In this big triangle, if I take tan theta, opposite side is 2r and adjacent side is rs. Actually, you can use similar triangles properties also. You'll get product of these two equal to product of these two. So PQ into rs is equal to 2r whole square. And 2r is square root of PQ into rs. Okay, so you see, any intermediate knowledge is required to do this question? No, right? So this is a question given in JEE Advanced ones and JEE Mains also. Okay, up to 131. Anybody want to ask any doubts? No doubts. Okay, 132 is some specific property I want to discuss that. Snigdha, up to which question you tried in mains?
Sir, the numericals are like,
Okay.
I'll complete them today. It will be.
So single answer, you completed everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. If you take a circle, listen, this is a general property. Actually, this property is there even in ellipse and hyperbola also. I'll discuss there. You draw two parallel tangents. Okay. Two parallel tangents. Other than these, you draw any other tangent. This length and this length, that product is always constant and it is radius whole square. Okay, that is one property. That means
Should we prove it, sir?
that is a question they asked. We will prove it now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Let us say this is 5 and this is 5. Then this length into this length is always 5 square. That is the property of circle. But I will tell you a generalization of this some other way. I want to rotate this figure like this. Imagine two vertical lines. And this is 5 and this is 5. Okay. These two are two fixed points A and B. This is 90, this is 90. There is a line where this height and this height, the product is always 25. Like that, there will be a lot of lines, right? This height and this height, the product is 25. There will be a lot of lines like that. Somebody can take this height as 1 and this height as 24. Oh, sorry, 25. Somebody can take this height as 3, this as 25 by 3. Somebody can take this as 5, this as 5. Somebody can take this as 100 and this as 1 by 4. Okay? You will have one circle like this, one circle like this, one circle like this, one circle like this. But all of them will touch one circle. That existence properties are same. Same thing I wrote it. But if it is not 25, the product, let's say it is 70 or it is 30. Okay, let's say this height and this height product is 30. All such lines will touch one ellipse. So we'll discuss this property in ellipse also later on. You take an ellipse, it will have two tangents. Take any other tangent, this height and this height, the product is constant. Or you take an ellipse, take two tangents like this and take any other tangent, this length and this length, the product is always constant. We'll prove that properties in ellipse. Let us do a circle one. I'm just giving a much generalization so that you know it is one standard property. Okay, so anybody want to give an idea how to prove this length and this length, the product is constant?
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, we will extend the diameter and the tangent. There will be a point of intersection outside the circle, sir.
Yes.
So let that point be P, sir.
Okay,
And
you want
the
to give
two
some names?
diameters will be A.
Let's say A, B, P, this is some L, this is some M, and this is some N. Yes, please.
So then PL square equal to PV into PA, sir.
PL square equal to PA into PV. Okay, that's okay. PL square is equal to PA into PV. But I'm talking about AN into BM. That one, how it is constant.
Sir,
Hmm.
triangle PBM and PAN are symmetric, congruent, no sir?
They're similar triangles. PBM and PAN. Okay.
So we can do by taking ratios.
Even then, our length where BM by AN will come. How will you get BM into AN and where will come for the product in terms of radius? All right. Can I say NA and NL are of same length?
Yes, sir.
From an external point, if you draw, both are same. And this also fine. Similarly, I can tell LM is same as BM. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll join these two. Can I say this triangle and this triangle are congruent triangles?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because 90-90 common side and all sides are equal actually. Common side, this side. By triple S congruency, they're congruent. Triangle AOL is congruent to triangle NLO or NOL, AOL and NOL or LOL. Similarly, when you join to these two, triangle BOM is congruent to triangle LOM. Can I say now these two angles are equal?
Yes, sir.
And Even these two angles are equal. But total is 180. Can I say now this angle is 90?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So alpha, alpha, beta, beta. Sorry, the figure may be clumsy. They can see it. 2 alpha plus 2 beta is 180 degrees. So alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. Okay. So now this is a right angle triangle. Okay. Actually, I can even take these two. It's okay. If I prove this into this is r square, or this into this is r square, same, because this and this are same, this and this are same. So one way to look at is, let us take this right angle triangle separately. O, M, L, N. If this angle is alpha, automatically this angle is alpha, because this is 90 minus alpha and this will be alpha. So even these two are similar triangles. In this triangle, I can write this is radius. Right? Tan alpha in this triangle is R by ML. In this triangle, tan alpha is Ln by R. That's it. We got ML into Ln is R square. But ML can be written as BM, and Ln can be written as NA equal to R square. So this length into this length is always R square. This length into this length is always R square. This is one way to do it, but I'll tell you another way also. I will take this total trapezium. Okay, this. I'll take this length as x, this as y. I know this total is this is x, this is y, so it will be x plus y, and this is 2r. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what you do? Draw one parallel line to this. Method 2. Method 2 is very easy than method 1. This is method 2. Now this total is y, and this is x. So what is this small length will be?
Y minus X.
Y minus x. And this is 2r. This is a Pythagoras theorem I can apply here. Y plus x whole square is equal to y minus x whole square plus 2r whole square. If you bring this side, a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square is 4xy equal to 4r square. Cancel. You got xy equal to r square root. That this and this product is r square. Okay. So that is this question, whichever it is. Uh, 132. Okay, this is 130. I think the question asked is like this: two parallel tangents are there, some other tangent is there. This is P, this is A, this is P. You have to prove PA into PB is R square. Here I call this as A and B and form, but doesn't matter, ultimately it's the same. I can do by some other method like parametric forms and things like that, but I think these two are a little better. Is it okay? 132?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Maybe by coordinate, this all I done by pure geometry. I'll try to prove by coordinate geometry also.
Sir,
Yes, please.
again explain method 1.
Method 1. I'm changing the names now. This is P, this is A, this is B, This is L, this is M, this is O. This is radius, R, R, R. This length of tangent are equal. And if you construct this common side, so these two are congruent. I'm calling these two angles as alpha, alpha. Join these. Again, these two are equal, this is common, these two are congruent. So these two angles are equal. I'll call beta, beta. But total 2 alpha plus 2 beta is 180 degrees, means alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. So now this alpha plus beta is 90 degrees. This is a right angle triangle. You can separate the triangle separately here. Okay, this is O, this is B, this is A, this is B. This is alpha, this is beta, but this is alpha because alpha plus beta is 90. This is also 90. Okay, now if we take tan alpha, in this triangle tan alpha is OP by PB. The other triangle tan alpha is AP by O. If you do, we'll get PA into PB is equal to OP square, which is R square. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Basically, these two are similar triangles. If you apply, you get the same ratio. Okay, earlier I draw small figure, maybe clumsy. Somebody did not get it. You can see clear now. This is also one standard property of the circle, and even the generalization for ellipse is there. I will discuss in the class notes itself. Some things are beautiful if you try, and then if you are able to get on your own, you will feel a thrill. Otherwise, when we discuss also, it makes more, you'll remember better. I'm supposed to finish circles and system of circles, everything in 14 days. But this may be 23rd day. Okay, let me discuss method by coordinate geometry. Let me take, instead of horizontal, I can take horizontal, but I'm particularly taking vertical tangents. This point is r comma 0. This point is minus r comma 0. These are the two vertical tangents. To draw any other tangent, let's say this is P and this is A, this is B, this is L, this is M. I have to prove AL and PM is constant, the product. Very simple. The general tangent you take as y equal to mx plus r root 1 plus m square. What is AL length? X coordinate is minus r. If you put in this line, x coordinate minus r, will get the y coordinate. When I put x coordinate minus r, will get minus mr plus r root 1 plus m square. What is BM? Y coordinate of this point. How will find y coordinate? You know x coordinate r. Substitute x coordinate, will get y coordinate, which is mr plus r into root over 1 plus m square. Multiply these two. AL into BM, which is same as PA into PB. Because PA is same as AL, PB is same as BM. A plus B into A minus B. You will get A square minus B square, R into 1 plus M square whole square minus MR square. That's it proved. This is R square plus R square M square minus R square M square cancel. You will get R square. Okay. So we can go by coordinate geometry. I'm sure I can prove somehow by vectors also. Geometry. So anything that you can do by pure geometry, you can also should be able to do by coordinate geometry, by vectors, by complex numbers also. Okay, so this method 3 is okay by coordinate geometry. Today your physics class is recorded, huh?
Don't know, sir.
No, sir, not recording.
If recording is on, you can see on the screen. Where recording?
No,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
recording is not on.
Okay. Okay. Okay, if somebody tried these questions up to 135, anybody any doubts?
Sir, 133.
Okay. A alpha, what does it mean? A in brackets alpha, what does it mean? When I take x square plus y squared r square and say point theta, what does it mean?
Sir,
Hmm.
sir,
Yes, I am listening. Tell.
sir, the point, if the radius of the circle is there, then the point is r cos alpha, comma, r sin alpha.
Yes. If center is minus g comma minus f, then
What's that? G plus r cos alpha, comma, f plus r sin alpha.
yeah, minus g plus r
Minus
cos
g
theta,
plus r.
minus f plus r sin. If center is h comma k, h plus r cos theta comma h plus r sin. So like that here in 133, the center of the circle is 0 comma 0. So it is easy. A alpha means that point is cos alpha comma sin alpha. A beta means cos beta comma sin beta. A gamma means cos gamma comma sin gamma. And point P is minus 1 comma 0 given in the question. Okay. Now they want PA, PB, PC. This is a very silly question based on parametric forms. That means parametric form of a circle. So what is PA distance? Square root of 1 plus cos alpha whole square plus sin alpha whole square, normal distance formula. But that will come 2 cos alpha by 2. Why? You can apply transformations right here or you can expand it either way you want. It is 1 plus cos square alpha plus 2 cos alpha plus sin square alpha. Cos square plus sin square is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you'll get 2 plus 2 cos alpha. If I take 2 common, 1 plus cos alpha is 2 cos square alpha by 2. So finally it is 2 cos alpha by 2. If you don't want to do this way, you can write 1 plus cos alpha as 2 cos square alpha by 2 whole square. Sin alpha as 2 sin alpha by 2 cos alpha by 2 whole square. If I take 2 cos alpha by 2 common, you will get cos square alpha by 2 plus sin square alpha by 2. That is also 2 cos alpha by 2. Or you can do it from the figure. See, this point is minus 1 comma 0. This angle is alpha. This is cos alpha comma sin alpha. I want to find this distance. Here, if I drop a perpendicular, if this is alpha, this total is 180 minus alpha. So this will be alpha by 2 because this angle is half of this. This is also alpha by 2. This is 1, this is 1. Now tell me from the figure, from here to here, what is the distance? This is cos alpha by 2, this is cos alpha by 2. Is it not 2 cos alpha by 2?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. You can tell PA length. This is P, this is A, this is cos alpha by 2, this is cos alpha by 2. So either this way or this way or this way, you know PA is equal to 2 cos alpha by 2, PB equal to 2 cos beta by 2, PC equal to 2 cos gamma by 2. If these three are in GP, cancel to cos alpha by 2, cos beta by 2, cos beta gamma by 2 are also in GP. That's it. Here you have to know what is point A. That's all. Nothing much about this question. Up to 135. Any other doubt? Anybody? Okay, up to 138. 137. Yeah. This 137 is a very simple question. If you do one way, otherwise it's complicated. If you find distance between the centers and you want to prove whether it is R1 plus R2 or R1 plus, okay, R1 minus R2 or between them, I can prove it. But I'll tell you one step. Tell me, are they intersecting each other orthogonally?
Yes, sir, they are intersecting orthogonally.
Because in one of them x term is there, other one x term is not there. So 2g g dash is 0. In one of them y term is not there, in another one y term is there. So 2f f dash is 0. And the constant sum is anyway 0. So 2g g dash plus 2f f dash equal to c plus c dash. If they are intersecting orthogonally, means they are intersecting, na?
Yes, sir.
If they are intersecting means tell me how many common tangents.
Two.
Only 2. That's it. 4. Okay. So even though this question is about number of common tangents, and generally we do by C1, C2, R1 plus R2 and R1 minus R2. But this is specific. Once again, as I said, it's a matter of doing variety of questions. Okay. And this question in the beginning when I discussed, I may not be able to discuss orthogonality because at that time orthogonality is not even discussed. But still, one may say I don't know about that, how to do it. Let us see. I think C1, C2 will come distance between the centers root lambda square plus C. And R1 is root lambda square minus C and R2 is root m square plus C. At least you should recognize that C1, C2 square is R1 square plus R2 square. Whether you know about orthogonality or not, you should know that by adding these two, you are getting this after square. Then it is very easy. Can I say R1 square plus R2 square is definitely less than R1 plus R2 whole square? That is R1 square plus R2 square plus 2 R1 R2 and more than R1 square plus R2 square minus 2 R1 R2. This is mod R1 minus R2 whole square. This is C1 C2 square. This is R1 plus R2 whole square. Now you can say C1 C2 is between R1 plus R2 and R1 minus R2. So they are intersecting. Okay, not even equality because if they are intersecting, there are two direct common tangents. Okay, now to discuss about 138. Okay, whoever completed homework is good, but others I request by Monday morning you should have completed mains fully, including system of circles and numerical questions and all that. And the second thing is system of circles IP you have completed. Even then you are still left with advanced material even numbers. Don't forget that. Okay, I want to give some idea about 138 for 5 minutes and then we'll stop. They don't have any common tangent. One is inside the other. How to find the condition? X square plus y square plus 2x plus c equal to 0. X square plus y square plus 2by plus c equal to 0. How to understand when they are intersecting or when there one is inside the other? All those conditions I want to tell everything. First of all, what is the radical axis? s minus s dash equal to 0. It will become, is it 2bx, no? Not 2by, 2bx. You will get a minus b into x equal to 0, which is x equal to 0. And obviously a is not equal to b. They are different circles. Okay. One thing you can notice, the radical axis of these two is y-axis. Okay. So now there are 4 situations possible. Both can be many circles. Okay. Both can be like this, touching y-axis, or both can be one inside the other, or they can have this as a common chord, y-axis as a common chord. The two like this, that is both centers on either side, or I should draw here itself better. Okay, I will draw it. I could draw here. I need 6 spaces, so I will continue. One circle is like this, other circle is like this, where centers are here, their centers are on either side. Of course, here both are this side also, possibility is there, this one or like this. Even here also, I could draw one more figure where this is this side, this is this side. Next, one circle like this and one circle like this, or one is inside the other like this, or one is inside the other. Okay. If they have a radical axis as y-axis, that y-axis may be common tangent, either external, that is direct common tangent or transverse common tangent, or they can have common chord as y-axis, or they can be completely separate and radical axis may be like this, or one is inside the other. Okay, so these are the cases. But now here it is passing through origin. What does it mean? Both circles are passing the origin. What does it mean?
They are just touching it.
It doesn't have constant L.
C is 0. I want to talk about C value. Okay. What is the difference between origin inside or see? Here origin is on the circle. Here origin is inside the circle. Here origin is outside the circles. Means S11 for origin. The power of origin should be positive or negative or 0. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the power of origin is C only. Root S11 for origin. Okay. So this is the case of C equal to 0. This is a case of C less than 0. Okay. This is a case of C greater than 0. All right. Now, next. The center is minus A comma 0, minus B comma 0. One is on this side, one is on this side. Means A and B have opposite signs. One x coordinate positive, one x coordinate negative for the centers. So because of that, here AB less than 0. Right? Here both centers on the same side. So both A and B are positive or both A and B are negative. So that's why here AB greater than B. Here again one is on this side, one is on this side. So centers have opposite signs. So AB less than 0. Here both are on same side. So AB greater than 0. Here also AB greater than 0. Here on either side. So AB less than 0. Here on the same side. So AB greater than 0. I covered everything thoroughly. C positive, C negative, C 0. What happens? AB positive, AB negative. What happens? Now this question is just a small part of this. What is that? They don't have any common tangent. Means one should be inside the other. Okay, when the two circles are one inside the other, this. AB greater than 0, C greater than 0. But I think we can make a nice matching connecting all these points. And this question number 138 is a small part of it. Okay. Every time when I teach, I wanted to write one matching question, but some more time passes. But it's a beautiful question, covering all the aspects. All right. Okay. So we have analysis class in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay.